Another domino has fallen at Aston Villa, and this time it's not on the pitch, it's actually off the pitch. This is some big breaking news coming out right now. It is being reported by multiple Tier 1 journalists that Monchi, our sporting director, has left Aston Villa. The language that is being used does kind of suggest that it was not a surprise to anyone, and we can see that from John Percy's comment here. This is likely due to poor signings, Aston Villa not really rating the players that we've signed, and I'm not too sure if Emery has been keen on them as well. Tanswell and Colomus has also reported on this. So it looks like Monchi will be leaving Aston Villa, leaving Vidagani and Unai Emery, the three front men at Aston Villa Football Club. However, I did mention that the dominoes are starting to fall. If one of these leaves, is there a possibility that those two also leave along with the rest of their team? Yes, I do think this is a possibility, which is why I don't understand people really celebrating Monchi leaving. You have to remember, even though Monchi hasn't signed the best players or the players you want or the big name brand, he has very limited resource and has done what he can. But also this could be nothing to do with Villa and he wants to do a separate project. We do know he was helping out a few Spanish clubs in the summer. And he may have just got a better job offer in Spain where he'd rather work. But my worry is he didn't actually do the worst job, and I do worry that the other.
If Aston Villa's season wasn't dramatic enough with the shaky start to the Premier League campaign, the club just added another twist worthy of a Netflix documentary. Monchi, the highly respected president of football operations, is set to leave the club after just over 2 years. For most clubs, losing a director of football is big news, but for Villa, it's seismic. Why? Because Monchi wasn't just another executive shuffling papers in the boardroom. He was Unai Emery's right-hand man, a transfer market whisperer, and a key architect of the club's recent project. And now, he's heading for the exit, leaving Emery facing not just the challenge of turning Villa's season around, but potentially fighting for his job without his most trusted ally. Monchi's 2-year Villa story, from Sevilla star to Midlands maestro. Monchi arrived at Aston Villa in June 2023, fresh off a glittering spell at Sevilla, where he'd built a reputation as one of football's smartest operators. His recruitment record at Sevilla was legendary, unearthing talent, flipping players for profit, and somehow making it all work within budget constraints that would make a bargain-hunting parent proud. At Villa, his role was to do much the same: elevate recruitment, build a squad capable of competing consistently in Europe, and give Emery the tools to play his brand of tactical chess. During his 2-year stint, Monchi oversaw 5 transfer windows, working closely with Emery and Director of Football Operations Damien Vidageni. Together, they made some big moves, including signing Ivan Gesand, Pau Torres, and bringing in high-profile loans like Marco Asensio. But football is a results business, and Villa's recent struggles have put everything under the microscope. Why Monchi is leaving. The inside story. While no official reason has been pinned down, several factors are widely reported to be behind Monchi's decision to leave. 1. Financial headaches and UEFA fines. Villa was slapped with a £9.5 million fine by UEFA for breaching profit and sustainability regulations, and that alone was a red flag. Add to that a ballooning wage bill and restrictions on permanent transfers, and Monchi was suddenly trying to shop for caviar with a discount coupon. Reports suggest he became frustrated with the financial shackles limiting his ability to build the squad he envisioned. 2. Transfer market frustrations. Some of Villa's biggest ambitions in the transfer market, like turning high-profile loans into permanent deals, fell through. With fans and the board expecting progress, Monchi was left with a squad that looked more like an unfinished puzzle than a complete masterpiece. 3. A nightmare start to the season. Villa's start to the 2025-26 season has been, frankly, grim. After 5 matches, the club is near the bottom of the table, winless, and struggling to score. If there was a moment to trigger internal reflection, this was it. 4. Burnout and realignment. After 2 intense years, Monchi may have simply felt that the club's direction wasn't matching his vision. Returning to Spain or taking a new challenge could be on the horizon, because let's face it, Monchi isn't the type to sit around watching this project crumble. What this means for Unai Emery. For Emery, this development is like losing your co-pilot mid-flight. Here's why Monchi's exit could have massive implications for Villa's manager. 1. Loss of a trusted ally. Monchi wasn't just a colleague, he was Emery's footballing soulmate. Together, they had a shared vision for what Aston Villa could become. Now, Emery loses that strategic partner, making it harder to argue for the players and resources he needs. 2. Increased blame on Emery. When results are bad, fans and owners look for someone to blame. With Monchi gone, the spotlight turns squarely onto Emery. Any future signings that flop, any tactical mishaps, any more toothless performances will likely be pinned directly on him. 3. Squad building becomes trickier. Monchi's greatest strength was his ability to find value in the market. Without him, Villa could risk slipping back into scattergun recruitment, leaving Emery with a squad that doesn't suit his carefully structured style of play. 4. Less time to turn things around. Patience is running thin. Emery may now have a shorter leash, as owners Nassif Sawiris and Wes Edens are reportedly growing impatient with results. With Monchi gone, the board could see changing the manager as the fastest way to reset the project. The Emery equation: stay or go. So, is Emery safe? Not exactly. The Spaniard's track record earns him some credit. After all, he led Villa to Europe and restored some pride at Villa Park. But football is ruthless. Right now, the equation is simple: no wins plus no goals plus no Monchi equals mounting pressure. Villa fans are restless, pundits are circling, and the media is already speculating about replacements. If the next few results don't bring a turnaround, Emery could easily become the next casualty. The phrase, vote of confidence, might be just around the corner, and we all know what that means in football. A light-hearted take: Villa Park without Monchi. Think of Aston Villa as a restaurant. The owners are the investors, Emery is the head chef, and Monchi was the genius food supplier who found the freshest ingredients. Now, he's gone, and Emery is left rummaging through the fridge, trying to cook a Michelin star meal out of whatever's left: a few bruised tomatoes and some half-eaten cheese. The owners are peering over the kitchen door, wondering why the 5-star reviews haven't come in yet. Final thoughts. Monchi's departure is a major moment for Aston Villa. It signals the end of an era, creates uncertainty behind the scenes, and puts Emery in a much more precarious position. The coming weeks will be crucial. If Villa can find form, Emery may be able to steady the ship. If not, Monchi might not be the last big name heading for the exit. For now, Emery's best chance of survival is simple: win games, get goals, and give the fans something to cheer about again. Because at Villa Park, patience is running out, and football has no mercy for projects that stall. Stay up to date with the latest news, headlines, and highlights about Aston Villa. Subscribe to our channel for exclusive content, and don't forget to like and share with fellow villains. Join our community today and get the most out of your Aston Villa experience. Hit the notification bell to stay notified about new content.